See, I only had this car for a day and it's just been sitting there, and I was already have dropping oil, so it's pretty bad. But I really don't care if it drops oil. This concrete is, I guess. What it do, YouTube? I'm back with some more stupidity here. I'm showing you two new project cars that I just picked up. Yes, you saw my Chevy Tahoe that was once a police car, turned into a civilian vehicle. I sold that some months ago, like 3-4 months ago, in like one day. Didn't think I was going to sell it, and then I had this idea that I can take that money that I got from the Chevy Tahoe and roll it into another project car. Well, I actually was able to buy two project cars. So believe it or not, both these vehicles have been purchased. This is it is the month of October, and yeah, there's a chip shortage going on. Used car prices are through the roof, but I was able to get both of these cars pretty much from the sale of my Tahoe. Now, I will say there was a disclaimer. I have a Chevy Traverse. I don't know if you can see this footage here. Didn't really film much of it, but my Chevy Traverse was a lease. It was my wife's car, and the Chevy dealership here was in such demand of those things, so they gave us money to turn it in early. So from the Tahoe to a little bit of that money we got from turning in a car early, I now have two vehicles. So I'll go through these vehicles with you here. So this is the 2012 Mercedes R350. If you are into goofy looking cars that are rare and also super purpose, like this is a cool car. Again, this was refreshed for 2011. This is a 2012. What makes this year unique, that well, this is the last year of the car. And two, Mercedes introduced a new engine, a new direct injection engine this 1 year. So it does confuse the Mercedes mechanics when you go in there, because they're like, this engine you've never seen before. So I don't know the name of the engine, but it is a 3.5 liter direct injection, 302 horsepower V6. So they're saying the outgoing one had about 268, so quite a bit more power. Also matted to a 7-speed automatic. Really didn't do much for the fuel economy. Supposed to get like 21 miles per gallon. This thing is awful, absolutely awful gas mileage, but it is just such a stunning car. I mean, it is unique. I mean, just look at the crazy panoramic sunroof. Like, that thing is so cool. I do need to wrap it black. But this is my wife's temporary car, I guess. Just said, hey, keep it until the chip shortage calms down, and then you can get a new car. So her outgoing car, I didn't really show much footage, but you can kind of see it here from some other content. This was her 2019 Chevy Traverse. The lease was up, and just had a great opportunity to get rid of it early, actually, and walk away with some money. Not a lot of money, but walk away with some money, enough to take my Tahoe and buy two project cars. I call this a project car, even though this is a daily driver, and still have money left over. So let's dive into this thing. So I'm showing you this content just because, you know, hey, you can still buy cars if you know what you're doing and you don't mind working on things. But this is gonna be a project more for car audio. So if anyone likes my car audio videos, there's gonna be more coming. Sorry, this is terrible, but this is the command unit. This will be being replaced. Our friends over at Donovan North America, I have a stereo that just came. I did not think it'd come so quick. They said it'd take like 3 weeks. I got it in 3 days. So I got to do a video on how to replace this and why I'm going to replace this, because this stereo, even though it's actually has good, it's actually a decent stereo, believe it or not. The problem is like, I mean, it's just terrible sounding. So this has got the Harman Kardon amp. I don't know how many speakers. It's got a center channel and everything, but it's got satellite radio. It's got Bluetooth streaming, Bluetooth for phone calls. It has CD. It has this SD card, you know, backup camera. This thing does have parking sensors, but this thing just absolutely sounds horrible. Like the worst car stereo I've ever heard in my life. So we're going to replace this. So that's one of the projects. I think this car only has about a little over 100,000 miles. I guess I'm now the third owner of this vehicle. But yeah, so the only thing I've done to it so far is just some maintenance to it. I'm also gonna, you'll see my other video on how I added rear entertainment because my kids are bougie. So you'll see a video about that, how to add rear entertainment and make it look really, really good, because you can see, you don't see any wires, do you? And you see over there too. But put together. But yeah, this is a very unique car. Giant panoramic sunroof, dual sunroof. I mean, this back seat is super spacious. I have the back seat pushed up all the way. This back seat pushed up all the way, and there's still tons of room because there is another row back here. But yeah, my biggest problem with this car are these doors. These doors are monstrous, like huge. And these are not good for kids. So you can see how wide that thing is. So this is my baby over here. This is my Acura MDX Sport Hybrid. I guess I like buying rare cars. I don't have a single dent or scratch on this car, really, until my son gave me my first ding on the passenger side because I park in the garage. So he just gave that to me this week. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. So yeah, these doors suck. But this car is very, very spacious on the inside. And here's a look from the rear into the cargo. The cargo space isn't really great. With a third row up, you know, there's probably about 16, 17 inches of room back here. About the same as my old Yukon. But these things do somehow fold down. But it's not going to work because my kids like to screw around with the headrests for some reason. But super spacious car. What we don't like about this car, well, my wife says, there's not a lot of storage. So like all these American cars today, you come in the back here, you open it up, and there's storage. Well, here there's a spare tire and not a lot of other room. So it's got a spare tire, but yet these are Michelin run flats. So I guess I don't need any spare tires. But anyway, cool car. I got a great deal on this car. The previous owner, just an amazing guy, just really didn't drive it. He said his kids are all grown up, so why have this car? So it's perfect for me. I like unique cars. I like goofy stuff. So let's go into the real project cars. So the Mercedes is, I'll still call it a project car. It's going to be around until we get another new car, because my wife likes having new cars. I don't really care. But this is a real project car. So I just got this one last night. I've been working with the owner on getting this for about a month and a half. So yes, a month and a half. This is a 2011 BMW X5. This has got the 3.0 turbo N55 engine. They're usually pretty reliable. I had the same engine in my Bmw Gt. It was a cool car. The reason I went with this is what they would call an E70. The E70 was from 2007 into 2013. In 2010, I think they refreshed some of it from the infotainment. Getting a little jerky all over here. So the infotainment was updated, I think, from the CCC to the CIC, what this one has. So this is a two-owner car. This car has basically every feature there is, except for some reason there's no satellite radio. It's very odd. But yeah, so we'll kind of dive into this a little bit. I would have loved to have pulled this car out to show you guys more. It's in my garage with poor lighting. Of course, when I do projects and things, I have better lighting. So this is not a video on that. This is just kind of showing you what I'm working with. So the car's in decent shape. The leather seats are disgusting. But this has like all the features. So it has like the adjustable, I guess the lumbar here, leg extensions, I don't know, but this has like all the options for when it comes to that, which is cool. So what's cool about this car, it does have the comfort access thing. It's what it's called. So I do have the push button start. I can enter the key like the other E70s or E90s and other of the E bodies, but this does have comfort access. It does have front rear parking sensors. It has the rear backup camera. It does have navigation, things like that. So, and then all these other things. Again, I haven't driven this thing other than just putting it in my driveway into my garage. But yeah, this car is it's pretty dirty. But yeah, this has 130-ish thousand miles, which is kind of high. And the 2011 is, from my understanding, one of the scariest years to buy. This was the first year of the 8-speed automatic. So the ZF 8-speed, I had that in my Gran Turismo. It was actually a great transmission. So reason I bought this thing, I think I got a good deal on it. The reason I bought this thing is that the owner says that the transmission has been replaced recently. So if anyone knows about buying transmissions, that is not fun. So, and of course has the rear, I want to say that's the rear climate control back here, which is great. Man, my camera's all messed up here. But yeah, it needs a little bit of work. My kids are excited for these things. They love when I buy project cars, at least for the first day. And then they complain about it when I actually start working on them and things like that. So they think that, you know, that I'm a wealthy guy and because I drive BMWs and Mercedes and Range Rovers and everything else. But my kids don't understand the concept that I never overpay for a used car, ever. That's rule number one. Never overpay for a used car. I got, I think, a good deal on these cars. And I just pray that these cars do not become money pits. But yeah, so stay tuned. I'm going to do some engine work, get this thing going. When it comes to like, you know, my car stereo stuff, I will be replacing this, I think it's a 10-inch screen. So that 10-inch screen is going to be replaced with the almost 13-inch retrofit. So cool thing is it doesn't mess with the actual stereo, it's just a screen and gives you things like Apple CarPlay. But yeah, some things are broken in here. It's a pretty cool car, so stay tuned. It's nice to have a BMW again. Oh, another thing I wanted to share, this is one of my new purchases. This is actually a used one. But yeah, a quick check. I'm excited to use this thing. I haven't been able to use it. I've had this thing for 3 months now. I haven't been able to use it. It's not because they don't work. It's because I don't have a car that will work for it. So this is the, if we can see, this is upside down. But this is the BL, yeah, the BL 7000 LX, whatever it may be. Sorry, it's upside down. But this one, of course, lifts up to 7,000 pounds. But I guess I needed the XT or XLT, something like that. They make one bigger than this, and they actually make one even bigger than that one. So I have to buy the adapters that extend it 6 inches because, well, this car here, the jacking points on Mercedes and BMWs, they're very specific. So you can see you have these specific jacking points, right? And that one way over there is kind of far away. The Mercedes is absolutely insanity. So even if I get the extensions for the quick jack, the Mercedes will actually have to have it lifted instead of lifting it normally this way or you know, back and forth. It's actually going to have to lift it towards you. So I'm sure that's super sketchy, but Mercedes and BMWs are pretty much 50-50 split weight distributions. So I think I'll be okay. But yeah, hopefully I get to use those quick jacks one day.